Hello everyone, my name is Halvey. In this video we're going to be seeing what character has the highest total growth rates. So this is for player characters only. We're going to add up all of the growths for one grand total for each character and rank them based off of that. But we will also look at who has the highest growth in each individual stat. These are the stats that I included. Charm is exclusive to 3 houses, build and movements are exclusive to Thracia, and weapon level is exclusive to the original Arcanea games. For the games where characters have their base growths added to their class growths, I just use their default classes, basically whatever class they are in when they are first recruited. I did include aptitude bonuses for Donald, Mozu, and Cyril, since they all have it by default, and it's kind of like their gimmick. For Donald and Cyril, it is plus 20 to every growth, and for Mozu, it is only plus 10 to every growth. For all of the children characters, so those in Genealogy, Awakening, and Fates, I took the child with the highest base growth rates and gave them the best mother or father. That would give them the best growth that they could have, excluding aptitude. Then I worked my way down so that the child with the lowest total base growths would have one of the worst mothers or fathers. So for example, in Awakening, I gave Donald as her father, since Na has the highest growths out of all the children, and Donald has the best growths out of all the fathers. I did not add in aptitude for Na, however. Then following Na is female Morgan, so I gave her the best possible mother, which is Tiki. Then working my way down, I ended with Lawrence, who has the worst base growths, with Stahl as his father, because out of the remaining fathers, Stahl had the highest growths. Also in Fates, I based this off of Revelation, so that Birthright and Conquest characters can be paired together, and the kids in Genealogy come in pairs, so the fathers have 2 kids each. For Chris, Robin, and Corin, I used whatever combination of boons and banes and past, present, future for Chris that would add the most to their total growths. So for Robin, it would be an HP boon and then any other stat for the bane. There were multiple combinations that would end up in the same result for all of them. Also in Genealogy, I included the Holy Blood bonuses to growths for the characters that have them. So I'm not going to go over every single character from lowest to highest, but I will go over everything that I found interesting, and I will go over notable units until I make my way to the very top. Also, at the end of the video, I will show the spreadsheets for each game, ordering the characters from the highest to the lowest total growths. So Athos, the Black Knight, and Leiron all sit at the bottom with 0 growths. They are already level capped when they are recruited though, so their growths don't really matter. Strangely enough though, Galzus from Thracia is also level capped when recruited and will not gain any experience, yet he still has growths. Then we have Bantu, and he just has to be one of the worst units in the entire series. His growths are terrible and his bases are also terrible. I have never tried to use this guy. Let me know in the comments if he is useful for anything other than recruiting Tiki in FE1 and 11. Other units that have some of the lowest growths in the series are Jagan archetypes, a lot of Arcanea characters, and a lot of Gaiden characters. So the Lords usually have some of the best growths in their respective games. There are some exceptions though, like Leaf in Thracia and Radiant Dawn Ike. In Genealogy, Sigurd has some of the best of Gen 1, and Seliph is near the top of Gen 2. The trainees in Sacred Stones, Ross Amelia and Ewan, are supposed to be considered growth units, I think. However, they have some of the worst growths in the game. I guess the thing is that they get like 10 extra level ups and an extra promotion to help them out. Legu's units have considerably lower growths in Radiant Dawn compared to that in Path of Radiance. I believe this is because of how transformation bonuses work differently between the 2 games. In Radiant Dawn, Legu's stats are doubled when transformed, all except for HP and luck, and then there are set bonuses for con. So for most stats, Legu's basically get 2 points upon a level up. Gaiden has the lowest average of total growth with 153, and Awakening has the highest average of total growth with 422. So now I'll go ahead and show the top 100. Here are ranks 100 to 76. Well, it's actually 76 to 104 because there are so many at 400 total growths. So it's pretty cool that Micaiah and Soniki have the same total growths. Here are ranks 75 to 51. The top 100 is dominated by Awakening characters. Here are ranks 50 to 26. I believe Seliph has the highest total growths out of all of the lords, although Robin, Corrin, and Crom could possibly beat him if they were in better classes than their default ones, and maybe Byleth as well, and the other 3 houses lords. Here are ranks 25 to 6. Tiki has her highest growths in Awakening. It's interesting that Jake has the highest total growths in all of New Mystery. Fabal has the highest total growths in all of Genealogy. Sedgar would have an extra 40 added onto its growth total if he were to reclass to a warrior or berserker, but for this video I just wanted to keep everyone in their default classes. So coming in at number 5 is Wolf with a total of 545. Wolf and Sedgar in Shadow Dragon are pretty amazing. They do have pretty bad bases, but once they start leveling up, they grow like crazy. Making use of their reclass options, you can modify their growths so that they can pretty much cap every stat except for magic and resistance. Number 4 is Donald with a total of 555. Donald is the definition of a growth unit. Starting out, it will be a pain trying to get him kills and experience due to his terrible base stats. However, he will grow fairly quickly. Many people though will find it not worth the trouble because so many other characters in Awakening have amazing potential with how second seals work, resetting your level. Now Wolf and Donald can have a higher total than these depending on what class they are. Wolf's max would be 585 if he were a warrior or berserker, and Donald's max would be 610 I believe, and there are quite a few classes that would give him that. Number 3 is Myrrh with a total of 580. Myrrh is a Manakete who does not promote. She has 20 levels to grow and only has 50 uses on her Dragonstone, and when that is used up, she can no longer fight. Unless you were to hack or use the enemy control glitch and stuff like that. The Dragonstone does give her good bonuses to her stats, and she can be a fun unit to use. Number 2 is Faye with a total of 600. Faye is just like Myrrh, only slightly worse, as Binding Blade is a harder game, and Faye's Divine Stone only has 30 uses. She does do effective damage against Manaketes, but I don't see much use for her. I believe there are ways to get her Firestones from enemy Manaketes, but it's probably more trouble than it's worth. And finally, number 1 is Karel in the Binding Blade with a total of 950. He has the highest growth in the series. However, he only has 1 level to grow before he caps at level 20. Now this probably wasn't very surprising to many of you, as I feel like this is what Karel is most known for, other than being very edgy. Now we will see who has the highest individual growths. Karel has the highest HP growth at 210, followed by Fabal at 175. However, if Wolf and Sedgar are warriors or berserkers, they would have a 200 HP growth. Karel has the highest strength growth at 130, followed by Wolf at 100. Julia has the highest magic growth at 100, followed by 5 others at 80. Karel has the highest skill growth at 140, followed by Fabal and Sedgar at 95. Karel has the highest speed growth at 140, followed by Arthur at 110. This is with Lewin as his father. Faye has the highest luck growth at 150, followed by Karel at 120. Myrrh has the highest defense growth at 150, followed by Karel at 110. Sedgar can also have 110 defense growth as a general. Karel has the highest resistance growth at 100, followed by Micaiah at 90. Edelgard has the highest charm growth at 65, followed by 3 others at 60. This can change depending on classes, however. There are 4 characters with the highest weapon level growth of 90, and Ellis is on here 3 times. Marty has the highest build growth at 75, followed by Ralph at 35. This is only in Thracia. Tina has the highest movement growth at 5, followed by 6 others at 3, also only in Thracia. And again, here at the end, I will show all of the games ordering the characters from highest to lowest total growths. And that is all I have to say for this video. So if you enjoyed it, like, comment, subscribe, and have a great rest of your day.